Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboys looking for external pass rush options after Parsons, Lawrence injuries. The Dallas Cowboys woke up winners on Friday morning thanks to their win on Thursday Night Football, but before the sun set the mood had shifted as medical results confirmed that they have serious work to do. On Friday, news broke that Micah Parsons has a high ankle sprain. It is unknown whether or not he will miss any time. For what it is worth, the Cowboys' next game is still over a week away as they visit the Pittsburgh Steelers next Sunday night. It is possible that Parsons could not miss any time, but obviously it is also possible that he could. Where things are less ambiguous are with DeMarcus Lawrence, as shortly after the Parsons news it was reported that Lawrence will miss multiple weeks with a foot injury. Given that Parsons and Lawrence are the two best pass rushers on the Cowboys roster, and that their third, Sam Williams, tore his ACL in the early days of training camp, this team is in sore need of serious help. It was reported on Saturday morning by ESPN's Jeremy Fowler that they are looking outside of the building to get it. The Cowboys are looking at external options at pass rusher with Micah Parsons, high left ankle sprain, and DeMarcus Lawrence, right midfoot sprain, going down, but they will start in-house. They are hopeful Parsons will be back sooner rather than later. A source called him week to week, and he will be pushing to get back before the Week 7 bye. Lawrence's absence is more open-ended, but it's not a season-ender. This is a big stretch for rookie Marshawn Kneyland, on whom the Cowboys are high. As for external candidates, I'm told Haason Reddick of the Jets isn't a viable option via trade due to cost. Fowler notes that Haason Reddick is not an option for the Cowboys, which puts an end to that conversation if any fan was wanting to have it. While Reddick is a talented pass rusher, the team that already traded for him this calendar year is still looking to see him for the first time, as he is holding out from the New York Jets and wanting a new contract. There is no chance Dallas would pay the draft and financial compensation involved here. As far as veterans are concerned, the list is hard to put together given that it is the Saturday of Week 4. Being frank, there is not exactly a group of players who can show up and rush the passer to an effective degree who are looking for new teams at the moment. In terms of options on the roster, the Cowboys will likely depend on rookie Marshawn Kneyland to a higher degree and ask Carl Lawson, a veteran pass rusher who they recently, already acquired to help carry the load. Dallas Cowboys trade targets to cure the offense. At the start of the season, the Dallas Cowboys' offensive issues seem to be stalling drives. A trade could help. The only threats the team seems to have at the skill positions are CeeDee Lamb and Jake Ferguson. One bright spot early on is Hunter Luke, who seems to be gaining steam as an offensive threat in the running and passing game. This player alone will not help the offense get to where they need to be, but any help is welcomed. What trade targets could benefit the team as the Dallas Cowboys move into Week 5 of the regular season and beyond? A Panthers fire sale. The Carolina Panthers benched their first-round quarterback, Bryce Young, which could mean they are targeting a high pick in the next draft. Eliminating talent would be the best way to get a high pick. The Panthers don't have too many offensive weapons, but one player getting buzz as a possible trade chip is Diontae Johnson. Many fans will remember Diontae Johnson from his 5 years with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He had his best seasons as a Steeler, but his production dropped off in his last few years. His best seasons as a Pittsburgh Steelers player were his second and third years in the NFL. During those seasons, he had good quarterback play, which showed his ability as a receiver. In the 2022 season, Ben Roethlisberger had a terrible year, and Diontae Johnson suffered from poor play. 2023 was his last year in Pittsburgh. He had Kenny Pickett as a quarterback, and Diontae Johnson averaged over 14 yards a reception. However, his targets were lower than in his rookie year. As a Carolina Panther, he has had terrible quarterback play, but it is picking up with Andy Dalton as the new starter. This may not be enough for the Panthers, and they may try to get something for him on the trade market while he still has some value. The Dallas Cowboys could look at him as a solid number 2 receiver to replace Brandon Cooks, who would be a great third option at this point in his career. Deontay Johnson with the Dallas Cowboys would create fantastic opportunities for the offense. It would open up a dimension the passing game has not had since Amari Cooper was a Dallas Cowboy. Disgruntled Las Vegas Raider. The Las Vegas Raiders receiver Davante Adams has not been happy with Las Vegas since the trade of his best friend and college roommate Derek Carr. Could Davante want to go to a team with a better chance of winning? According to NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, Raiders head coach Antonio Pierce informed reporters on Friday that Davante Adams, hamstring, and Max Crosby, ankle, would be absent from the game against the Browns. Added to the injury report on Thursday, the 31-year-old Adams wouldn't fake or exaggerate an injury to miss a game. This could be the team not taking any chances on an actual injury to Davante Adams. If this is true, a blockbuster trade could be in the works. Would Jerry Jones pull the trigger on a trade of this magnitude? The trade would be for an established receiver, much like the Amari Cooper trade, who is at his best in nearly any situation on the field. Having a legitimate quarterback and another superstar receiver on the opposite side would create a situation Davante Adams has never had on a team. What would the Cowboys be getting in Davante Adams? Well, they would be getting an all-pro caliber receiver. Over his 10 years in the league, he has 10,990 receiving yards, a 12.3-yard average, and 96 touchdowns. Those numbers would create mismatches for any defense in the league opposite CeeDee Lamb. Having those two out wide and Brandon Cooks in the slot would make this one of the best receiving corps in the NFL. Support the team, Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, the favorite person of every Dallas Cowboys fan, insert heavy sarcasm, is a significant part of the current team's problem. Jerry and the front office need to help this team by making a trade to boost the team's chances of getting good wins. The New York Giants game was not a good win, but a needed one. If the team is going to compete with the rest of the NFC East and make the playoffs, changes must be made. And these changes can be made through the trade market.